listen, I will never, ever support somebody backing out. Now, the correct way is for you to complete training, fulfill your obligation by completing your entire contract, and then getting out and not serving or anything like that thereafter. So I want you to ponder this, okay? I will say that your recruiter, depending on how toxic they are or not, they may or may not tell you that they will call the police or the military police and that you have to ship out and yada, yada, yada. The fact of the matter is, and recruiters don't like sharing this, and which is why a lot of them will lie about it, but there's absolutely nothing we can do to prevent you from not shipping out. We are going to obviously engage in conversation with you as long as the dialogue is a two-way street and you're able to discuss with us, the reasoning behind it. But I'm not really going to give you advice because I don't know you, right? But I would definitely talk with your recruiter, express your concerns, because you may not know that we have a potential solution to your concern. So I implore you to do your homework, do your research, talk to your recruiter, figure out what the issue is, see if there's a resolution to your problem or perceived problem, because it might not be a problem. Maybe it's buyer's remorse, maybe it's fear of the unknown, right? So have some dialogue with your recruiter, all right? Again, there's nothing we can do to you other than give you a legal document stating that you failed to ship out to IADT, Individual Active Duty for Training, meaning your initial entry training, meaning your basic training in AIT, or your OSUT, your one station unit training if you're going to combat arms. So with that being said, there's nobody stopping you from going, or not going rather, and we can't force you to go. But it can impact future employment in certain, not all, city, state, and local government career fields. Now, if you go to like a small mom and pop, maybe certain organizations or corporations that are not affiliated with a public government agency, then it's really going to be up to the employer. And if I was an employer and I saw on paper that, let's say you joined the Guard or Reserve and you couldn't give up 1 week in a month to fulfill that obligation, I probably won't pick you because you look like a quitter. Two, like being reserve and part-time is not a big deal. But, to each its own. Maybe you just realize that maybe you do have a compelling reason for not continuing your service. I can't tell you to not ship because on paper, you have to. You have a contractual obligation. So if you're active duty, they can't do anything to you, all right, because you don't have military status. If you're in Guard or Reserve, you do have military status and you will get a legal document, right? And when you apply for future employment and they have that box, have you ever served in the military or a veteran, you're going to have to say yes. And then when you say yes and that you were prematurely discharged because you just simply decided not to go anymore and fulfill your obligation, your contractual obligation, that's probably a conversation that's going to be uncomfortable for you. But to each its own. Just want to be a mini me. All these just want to be a mini me. Friend of me, any me. All these just want to be a mini me. All these just want to be a